What up? We're at the panel stand here at M5 in between games. Got a question coming in, another episode of Casters Coaching. This was from John Miranda in the comment section of the last episode. Sir, advice on how to improve someone's English, speaking, and vocab-wise. For this, let's follow a format, why not? I have 3 tips for you on how you can improve your English, speaking, and vocab-wise. Number 1, think in English, all right? A lot of us, especially Filipinos, already have a solid English background anyways. It was taught to us for years in school, and we watch a lot of Western material. So English is already in our heads. It's just a matter of making it a norm and making it a habit. So keep thinking in English. Try to consider things. How much is this? What will I eat for breakfast? Where am I going? Who am I meeting? What am I doing tomorrow? These little things, when you start to snowball them into actual thoughts and discussions in your head, and even when you start to respond to people in English, it helps build that muscle, that habit, again, of speaking in English. Number 2 is to consume more Western media. If you want to speak in English effectively, speak in English the way that you eventually feel like it's efficient and proficient in what you're trying to achieve, you want to sound and, come off in a certain way, right? So pick your favorite sitcom, pick your favorite series, and make sure that it's a series set in the right timeline. You know what I mean? Like, don't pick something from the MCU, don't pick something like Game of Thrones or House of Dragons. Pick something like, say, Suits. Pick something like Friends. Pick something like How I Met Your Mother, wherein it's actual conversation. Hell, if you're in esports, I assume that you want to try to get into broadcast in some way, shape, or form. Watch and listen to your favorite English commentators, right? And try to listen more, not just enjoy it the way you usually do, but actually listen. Pick out what words they use, how long and what kind of sentences they use, and how they interact with their co-workers or co-talents. That definitely should help, all right? So from doing it on a daily and inputting 1 and 2, for number 3, you gotta put it all together, right? Start speaking in English to the people around you. I know it's gonna start weird, but that's the final barrier I feel for a lot, that if they start speaking in English, people will judge them or people will think differently of them. That's the key to actually breaking that mold, breaking that stigma, and unlocking your English side or the English version of you, because code switching is an actual thing. The way you change your language, how it affects how you think, that's very real even for me. Pag nagtagalog ako, nag-iiba yung pag-iisip ko. And I'm very good at this already because casting, truth be told, is a lot of mental gymnastics. It's a lot about juggling your thoughts, changing the way you think on the fly. So kapag nagtatagalog ako, automatic, merong switch sa loob ko, merong switch sa utak ko. But when I start speaking in English, all of a sudden the train of thought changes, or at least molds into a certain way wherein I'm allowed to speak in that language, in that way. So already you saw it in action there. I've been doing this for years. I've been speaking in Tagalog the way I do. I had to speak that way so that I would survive in high school and in college. Para hindi ako mabenta, para hindi ako mapagtripan, para hindi ako mapag-taken advantage of, because if you have an accent like this and you start speaking in the streets, people are going to try things, you know what I mean? So in my line of work, in a lot of my lines of work, I have to speak in fluent English. I have to speak in effective and entertaining English. So that's where that comes in. I hope these 3 tips work out for you. Again, number 1, think in English. Number 2, input a lot of English, effective English. And number 3, speak it out loud. Make it comfortable for you. I hope this helped. And let me know as well what other topics you'd like to hear about, what else you want to learn from the art of casting, and put in the comment section, all right? Check out my website, www.leocast.ph. And I'd like to shout out real quick again, my editor, Ray Ash. You're awesome, dude. See you all in the next episode.